Hello my house, I'm Athina and I'm grateful that you're here with me today. Today is the first episode of a series talking about starseeds. Today we are going to look at what are starseeds and blackout, and what traits there are that can identify if you are a starseed or not. And in the next episodes that will come out in the future, I will be going through the different star systems and beings, the extraterrestrials that exist, and their personality traits to see if you had a lifetime as that being, so that you can identify which star seed your origin is, or where you incarnated a lot or have been a lot, because star seeds, they don't incarnate only in one place. They incarnate in multiple places, different times, so everything can apply to you if you are an old soul and have been everywhere a bit. So if you feel like you are this and this and this, then it's probably because you had a lifetime there, there and there. So don't fixate upon only one has to fit myself. There are multiple that can fit you. So now let's get started. What is a starseed? Starseeds are souls that came from other places, that have incarnated in other places other than Earth, that came now here on Earth, incarnated now at this time, also in the past. Time is non-existent. Past, present, and future is happening simultaneously. So, well, let's get back to it. Starseeds incarnated here on Earth and have some sort of a mission. This mission could be one only, or two and more. Of course, we have different things that we want to do. We have different things that we want to learn, so everything applies. So it's not only just one. Have a mission here. Mother Earth, Lady Gaia, she was a planet in the fifth dimension and upper, but because of certain circumstances that happened throughout history of Earth vibration went down to the third dimension that we are currently in. Some of us can already access the fifth dimension consciousness, but Earth right now is still in the process of shifting vibrations, because Mother Earth saw that, because the vibration went down, and saw that every being on Earth was affected negatively upon this, and Earth also was suffering from this. Gaia asked for help and sent out a signal outwards to other star systems, other planets, to help out bring Earth back into the certain dimension, and also to help humans to shift consciousness from this negative self-destruction to a place of love, light, and harmony and oneness, to not feel like we are separated from each other, but we are all part of one thing, that we are one in the sense of that I have aspects in me that is a reflection of you, and you have aspects that are a reflection of me, that we reflect each other, that we are part of one. So some heard the calling of Mother Earth and came here and incarnated here on Earth to help Earth raise in vibration, and as well as raise their own vibration and learn lessons, because here on Earth we have a polarity. We have fear, we have love. Those are two things opposites from each other, but they balance each other out. It is needed to know fear as well as sadness and anger to be able to know what happiness, bliss and peace and harmony is. So we need both extremes to learn both and to feel both, to be in balance. So as a saying, some starseed, because they come from different dimensions, higher dimensions as well, they feel feelings and emotions a little bit different than here on Earth. Here on Earth it is a bit more on the extreme side. We can really feel it with our whole body, whereas in other places you may not feel it with your whole body, but with certain parts of your body, or even a little bit on the number side. There are a lot of explanations, but it's different everywhere. And here on Earth you can only experience Earth and its things here. So starseeds came here, incarnated here with a mission to help raise the vibration of Earth, help humanity as well. They have all learned things differently in different places. They experience different systems, and some of them came here to seed those things to Earth, to bring those innovation, to bring the technology here on Earth so that humans can use it and make their dreams come true, to have a happy, harmonious life, to create the life that they want to create, because we all have free will. So starseeds also came to plant some ideas, some systems. Then there are also those that came here to destroy those existing systems that are not longer useful. Those were the rebels. Those are the rebels in the starseeds that rebel against the things, existing systems here on Earth, that wants to destroy it, so that the other starseeds that came with the seed to plant the new thing can come in, and then those others can develop and take it a step further to establishing it more. So it all has its own purpose. So that is more or less my version of what is a starseed. I'm going now to read some passages of the book Letters to a Starseed by Rebecca Campbell, because I think that sometimes you need to hear something with a different wording to make maybe more sense, or to summarize what I have been talking about. So the first thing that I want to say is, the first known reference to the word starseed was made by the US psychologist Dr. Timothy Leary, I hope I pronounced his name correctly, who used it to describe a drawing of the remnant of a living organism, an extraterrestrial, found on a meteorite on Earth. But the word means a lot more than life other than on Earth. Most commonly, it's used to describe souls who have experienced something and someplace other than life on this planet. Souls who have not only incarnated on Earth, but have also had experiences in other places. Then we have also the passage that starseeds know that they part of something bigger than them and that everything is interconnected. They've woken up to the fact that we are not the center of the universe, that life exists beyond our limited idea of it, and that we are connected to all of life, both on this planet and in the entire universe. And then it is also mentioned that starseeds know that they are from a place different than here, but sometimes they don't. They forget it as well. So we have the ones that remember it and the ones that have forgotten it. But the ones that have forgotten it, they can remember it again with certain activations or at certain parts of their life when they are ready to discover this fact. So we have also more to read. A starseed knows their place in the universe and sees this life as but a moment in their soul's journey. They recognize that they're an ever-changing, eternal being and part of a great cosmic dance. They understand that they're connected to plants and the stones just as they're connected to the sun, the stars, the planets, and the moon. Then we also have, perhaps this seed, this spark exists within each of us, dormant in some, activated and active in others. Because of the seed part of the starseed, we came here to seed something. Now hopefully you get it. So let me drink a little bit of water. Because the next part is what traits make a starseed. And here I am also going to talk about my personal story in the hopes that it can help some of you reflect back onto your life and maybe see the signs that were already there. So a sign, a trait that makes starseeds is that it could be that when we were younger children, we had a hard time fitting in with our peers. Like, we were different from them, we perceived things differently from them. It could also be that they somehow felt that something is different about us, and so they kept their distance. They may have seen that we have this beautiful light within us, and we're like, what is this? This is different from me. And so they can also give some behavior that is not really the best. So trigger warning, they can be bullying or completely isolating you in the form of you being the outsider and being air. So as an example, I am quite sensitive and I always showed my emotions really fast. So I would cry reverse and I still cry easy. So my peers found that strange, and started to bully me because of this and called me that I was a baby. So I suffered from bullying for 1.5 years because I was different from them. Then later on, I changed classes. I repeated the year because of them. And there everything was okay. I found a group where I could spend my time with. But after those 2 years, we all changed school because this is a school system here in Switzerland. And we went to another school, and my group was completely separated. Hung up with. I was completely separated and thrown into a class where there were people that was in my past classes, but I never had much to do with them. And so I didn't suffer bullying, but I was cast outside and I was the outsider. So I would stand with my class and the classes from the same grade together in a whole group because they all knew each other, and so they connected to each other and made new friendships. But I would stand in this circle of people, but no one would talk to me, and I would be like air. They would not want to listen to me, or they didn't pay attention to me and would just leave me out. So there is the sense of bullying and being isolated. So starseed can feel like this and experience those things here on Earth because we have a different vibration, and others can feel this, and because we are all unique, and society and Earth has their norm, they will outcast the things that are different. So you could have experienced one of those things yourself, or you could have, even if you found friends and connections, you would always feel like you were different, that you saw things differently than the majority. Like an example from me, how I perceive things differently is, you all know how fans are from certain singers and groups and bands. So I would, for example, see in the news they talking about the concert from X, Y, and Z, and show the fans that were waiting like 2 days before the actual concert starts. They're camping outside, being totally excited, waiting for this. And then when they would see the person that starts singing, the band and so on, they would get emotional and start to cry. And I never understood that, why you would cry because of another person that is there to entertain you and to sing. So I never understood this. And even though I have also experienced, for example, my favorite Brazilian singer would always give concerts in Brazil, and sometimes in the States when there was the Brazilian Day. I think this happens in New York, and in Portugal, because Portugal speaks also Portuguese. So I would see him touring throughout Brazil, filling stadiums, being in New York in the Brazilian Day, singing there, going to Portugal to give concerts there. And I here in Switzerland was like, I really want to see him too. I want to see the concert as well, to see him live in front of me singing. And I was like, well, sometimes here in Switzerland there are certain people that can bring artists from Brazil here to Switzerland, because we also have a lot of Brazilian residing here in Switzerland. So sometimes they would bring those here and we could watch the concert. So I would, with my mother, go to those concerts. Sometimes it was when I was younger, it would only be my mother and father that went to the concert. When I was old enough, I would go too if we knew the artist and the songs, and if my mother was a fan or not. And so this particular singer, I was fan for many years, and I would see him always on television. I knew he would tour, but he never came here to Switzerland. And then one day my mother wrote me on WhatsApp, hey, go to Facebook. At that time we still used Facebook. So I went to Facebook and saw that my mother marked me on something, and it was the announcement that the singer was coming to Switzerland to give a concert. And I was over the moon. I jumped up from the couch and screamed, yes! I ran to my father, and because he has his room where he watches TV and smokes, I went there. I banged on his door and said, you don't know what is happening. X, Y, and Z is coming to Switzerland. And I would close the door, run back, and write to my mother, we have to go there. So I was really excited for this, and once I was not home, my mother and my father bought the tickets for us to go to the concert. And one day, out of nowhere, my mother said to me, hey, come, we are going to buy the tickets for the concert. And I was like, okay, cool. Then I would go and she would hand me this envelope, and I was like, what is this? I took the envelope and saw she already bought the tickets and it was already here. And I was over the moon again. And then the day of the concert, we came a little bit later, so the queue was not so long, so we gave our tickets, we came in. It was in the middle of winter, so we had to take off our jackets and give it to them so that they could hide. And because my mother bought the VIP tickets to be able to stand right in front of the stage, we also gained some goodies, so like a hat, or like a beanie, and a CD. And then we went into the little small location, because when you are in Switzerland, mostly those Brazilian singers and artists, they don't fill up a whole stadium like in Brazil. It's more on a smaller scale. So I thought that he was not ever coming here to Switzerland, because he was used to giving concert for a lot of thousands of people. But he was there. And when the concert began, I was excited, I was happy, I was smiling from one ear to the next. And I was singing the songs that I knew, the ones that I didn't knew. I would just listen, and I was just so happy there, but I didn't shed a tear. And I was like, still, well, someone that I thought would never come here, I was now experiencing the concert, but there was no tears. So I could not understand those people that start to cry when they see their idols, their favorite artists, their favorite singers. It's something that I cannot comprehend. And this is something that Starseed also can experience. They cannot comprehend certain behavior of humans. It's like, what is this? It's just like their thought process, their feelings are a little bit different wired, and it's like it's something they cannot comprehend sometimes. And I see myself sometimes saying, yeah, I don't understand humans. Like, even though I am human here right now, my soul is not. So my soul sometimes, and my inner thing is like sometimes really like, yeah, the humans there, I don't understand them. Even though I am human myself right now, it's like I don't understand the humans there. It's like really hard to understand. And then certain star seeds, there are now two different groups. Then there is the group of star seed that miss home, that they have a longing for home and the feeling of home, because star seeds, they have incarnated in different places, in different dimensions, and different frequencies. And so their home planet is completely different from Earth. So they miss their home planet, and they have this longing again for this feeling that they experienced in that place. Then there are also star seeds that lost their home planet, that the home planet was destroyed or something else happened and they could not longer stay in that planet. So we have the ones that miss home because they are at a place that is completely different, a different vibration, and those others that miss home because they have lost it through different circumstances. Then there are also those starseeds that neither miss or long for home because they somehow already accepted that this is now their new home. So for their first group of starseeds, something they need to learn while here on Earth is that they are home whenever they are, in whatever body they are, and that they can make this place a home with the things that they like. For example, let's say that there is this star seed that came from a planet with lots of water, with beaches. So where would they feel the most comfortable is near a water body with things maybe from the sea. So decorating their home with shells, having like those little bottles filled with sand, going to the sea often, going to a water body often, also bringing water here, like having a small electric fountain. Like, it doesn't have to be living really near our, what do we say, a water place. You can even make with technology from here a place with waters and place it in different parts of your apartment, your house, and make it so that you feel comfortable. So that is one thing that some starseed need to learn, is that they are home, that this body is their home, that this planet is currently their home, and that they don't have to miss home because they are always connected to it. Even though it is hard now here on Earth to feel connected to our home planet, to our star family, the souls that are maybe on the other planets, in other places, in other dimensions. They are still here and they are still there and we are here, and sometimes we feel like we are not connected to them because certain things here on Earth happen. So we feel like we are separated from them, but we are not. We can connect to them. We can receive messages from them. It's just a time of taking the time to meditate and to connect to those beings that work with love, light, and a higher frequency. So then there are also those starseeds that may have already incarnated a lot on Earth, and so for them Earth is not something new, and they feel like, yeah, I'm not lonely, I don't miss home, and they accepted it. Like myself, I never felt like I was searching for a place that felt like home. I just accepted that I'm here, probably because I incarnated more than once here on Earth, and sometimes I see myself like when people experience certain things and I'm like, aha, looks like they are doing this the first time, and I'm like, yeah, it's not my first time here. It's like, this is nothing new to me. It's not my first rodeo. It's sometimes that I catch myself thinking those things. This happens with all souls. So like people getting excited about a certain thing, and I'm like, I don't feel the same excitement. Not anymore. It's like, I think I've experienced this already somewhere along the lives. So then we also have the starseeds that come here and from a young age knew that they had to do something. That they needed to do something, that it was really important, but they forgot what it is, because incarnating here on Earth currently in this time, we forget everything that we learned and experienced before. So the starseed know that they have to do something that is important, their mission, but they don't know what, and they are feeling like time is running out because they are not doing what they need to do, and they're searching for the thing that they need to do. But I can assure you that you just being here is already helping out. You being here, shining your light, being yourself is already helping out. And sometimes we figure out what we need to do along our path and our journey here on Earth. It's not like that you come here incarnated on Earth, and from a young age, when you're 4, you already know, I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to be a primary teacher. I'm going to be whatever teacher, because different school systems around the world. Kindergarten teacher. Or I know I'm going to be a spiritual teacher. Or you are going to be in a certain career, and you are going to teach those that come after you at the apprenticeship, and you are going to be their teacher and mentor. So you don't know already when you're 4 that you are going to be a mentor or a teacher for that certain thing. Those things come with the journey. You go through things and you are learning, what you like and what you don't like, what you like to do and what you don't like to do. And with those certain things, you find yourself in doing what you want to do. Like, for example, as a child, when I went through trigger warning, bullying, after I came out of this situation and I was in a new class, because I repeated the year, I was put through my teacher to reflect upon what I wanted to do with my future, what I wanted to do. And I was like, I really was like in the break, in the school break, when we would all be outside, I separated myself from my friends. I needed time for myself. I sat down and I was thinking. And one teacher, because the teachers walk around to see that everything's alright. If a fight breaks out, they can intervene and put the two sides back, or if someone gets hurt when playing, that they can do some first aid, put a bandage on it. So one teacher saw that I was alone and came to me and asked me why I am alone, if everything was alright. And I was like, yeah, I'm alright, I'm just thinking about some things, and so I wanted to be alone. So I sat there, and because I went through bullying and I knew how this would feel, and I knew that my teacher at the time when I was being bullied didn't help me at all, I was like, yeah, I know I want to help others. And so I made the connection, I don't want people to experience the same thing when they were being bullied. So if I'm a teacher, I can show the person that maybe is being bullied that they are not alone, because I felt alone. I was being bullied. Well, my teacher said to my bullies, yeah, stop, you know that she doesn't like this and blah blah blah, but she never did anything else to stop it or to show support to me. What I would hear is, don't listen to them. But how can you not listen when you, well, if you have good hearing, of course you will pick up words. You are constantly listening, and so you cannot just stop listening. It's still going to enter you and you're still going to hear it. So I found this not helpful at all. So my 12-year-old self, my 11-year-old self, I don't know, thought about, I want to be different than this teacher there. I want to be like the teacher that I have now. This time, after I repeated the year, I went to another teacher. I wanted to be like this teacher that could see the potential in me and an opportunity, but still let me decide for myself what to do with it. And so I wanted to be a teacher like him. And so I thought, yeah, I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to be there for my students, and when there is someone being bullied, I'm going to search for different things and methods to see that this stops, or at least show that to the person that is being bullied that they are not alone, that I am there for them. Something that I have not received. So this is how I started my journey to be a teacher, a primary teacher. And I even went to college for 1 year to study to be a teacher, and I went on practicas and give lessons. But when I was there, I felt like it was not making me happy. I was stressed, I was unhappy, I was not there with my heart and soul. So after a year, and it was also the time when I came into contact with spirituality, meditation, with tarot, with oracle, when I then asked my guides, should I continue those obstacles that I'm facing right now, something that needs to be done for me to grow, or is it a sign from the universe that this is not your path? So I asked for a sign and I received my sign, and then I decided to quit college, that this was not meant for me. And then I started to search for something new. Now I'm preparing myself to see if I get into college to learn to be a translator, to work with languages, different languages. But on the way there, I started my YouTube channel. I entered a community with tarot and divination, And so I am figuring out I'm in the process of figuring out what I'm going to do. And also we are not here only to do one thing. We are here to do multiple things. We are multifaceted, multi-dimensional beings. So we can like different things that have, well, like you could love science and be like the science type of thing, but still be spiritual and believe that there is magic that cannot be explained by science. So this is the multi-dimensional thing within us. We can like something and the complete opposite, and that's okay. So figuring out what to do in the life is also totally normal. So one other sign that is known as feeling connected to the stars, to planets. And I would see this in myself as a child. Every night I would look up to the sky and see the stars, and I would be fascinated, and I would find them total beautiful, and I would just, every time I would look up in the sky, not that someone said, hey, look up, I would do it by myself, like a night up, looking if I find some stars, and I was fascinated by them. I found them beautiful. You could probably, some starseed could be really interested in astronomy and astrology, and the universe, the black holes, whatever there is in space. So I, as a child, would always look up in the when it's night to see the stars, because I felt, I don't know what I felt, I just would look up and I was fascinated by them. I would find them beautiful. So after I discovered that I'm starseed, I was like, aha, now it makes sense why I would always look up to the stars when it's nighttime. Now I'm thinking, but I think I went through all the traits. I'm not sure. Probably there are a lot more traits out there that I just cannot remember. I'm sure if you are interested in, you can find more videos on this theme, more research in the internet, what you find there. Always, of course, take everything with a grain of salt. Even what I say, take it with a grain of salt. It's just my individual journey, the individual journey of Rebecca Campbell that I've read in the book. So everyone experiences and sees it a little bit different. So I hope that I could help you see and understand what a starseed is, and if you what is it, and if you see yourself as a starseed, maybe the traits that I said could help you confirm those a little bit more, or maybe it made you interested in seeing other traits and other stories of other people out there. So I'm planning that the next episode of this Starseed series is going to be about the Pleiades, some extraterrestrial information about the Pleiades, where we can find the Pleiadian star system, and how the Pleiades are, and also how the star seeds that have incarnated in the Pleiades are here on Earth. So thank you for sticking with me till the end. I hope that this could help you, and I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye!